All right. Thank you, Madam Chair, board members. Jeanette Trumpeter, Public Information Officer for the County of San Luis Obispo. And once a quarter, we like to take a minute to do the things like we just saw, call attention to the work that people do in the county that sometimes and often don't make headlines, but they're worthy of the attention. And we saw one today. Sometimes it's one thing, like saving a man's life. I mean, it was so heartwarming to see the gentleman that was here who said, I'm the dead guy. I was the dead guy, but he's here because a county employee stepped up and did what they do on a daily basis. And sometimes it's that one big thing, and sometimes it's because they do things continually every single day that are so important. And we have 2 employees here today who were recognized in a big way for the things they do on a daily basis. We all like to receive positive recognition, but most would agree it is often most appreciated when it comes from your colleagues or peers. Well, 2 members of the District Attorney's Office received a nice dose of peer recognition when they were selected by the state's District Attorneys Association as the best of the best in their roles.
His commitment to justice is unwavering, and we are most pleased to recognize Eric Dobroth as Outstanding Prosecutor of the Year.
At the association's annual conference in Carlsbad, Assistant District Attorney Eric Dobroth was honored as Prosecutor of the Year, and Assistant Chief Investigator J.T. Camp received Investigator of the Year honors.
But what I find really amazing is to have our professional organization that represents 58 counties across this state, for them to select and choose from a number of nominations. It's really gratifying.
Dobroth took the reins of leadership at the DA's office during District Attorney Dan Dow's active duty with the California Army National Guard. Dobroth served as acting district attorney from September of 2023 through April of this year.
Full disclosure, I didn't nominate Eric Dobroth, my number 2. So his nomination meant more even to him because he was nominated by our 3 chief deputies who work for him and report to him.
And once again, both recipients represent humble attitudes despite some extraordinary service.
The award is built on the back of our staff, right? It's not just me. I'm the individual at the end of the day. For example, when Dan was deployed, if something goes wrong, the buck stops here. I understand that. But our day-to-day operations, the running of the office in his absence, that's on our legal clerks, our paralegals, our DA staff, our finance, our bureau, on everybody else.
It's very humbling, a lot of gratitude, very grateful for the recognition, and really grateful for the gigantic team effort that went into it.
Camp was a key investigator involved in one of the county's most high-profile criminal cases, the prosecution of Paul Flores for the murder of Kristen Smart 26 years after she disappeared.
I think this is a unique situation where because this has gone on for so long and just kind of the way things unfolded with a change of venue and just the nature of the case, that a relationship was formed just by virtue of the type of case it was and how long it's gone on for. So going back to the idea of the team effort, it really shows for me that everyone that put so much time and heart into doing the work over so many years from so many different areas, it was all worth it. So to be recognized by your peers, I think, is always just a little more a step above, just because people are operating from the same lenses. They realize the sacrifice, the work, the struggles.
Both say the work they do is the real reward, but it is indeed nice to note we have the best in the state working for us right here in SLO County.
This county is not too big, not too small. So in kind of Goldilocks parlance, we're just right. I have the ability to work and manage the office, but I also have the ability to get into court and handle some cases.
And good work does get done here, and it's just not a place people like to go vacation. It's where good police work gets done and people are held accountable, and I'm just happy to be a part of that.
And these are 2 gentlemen who work really hard, but always seem to have the positive attitude. I don't hear them ever complain, although Dan may have a different perspective of that. I did receive a phone call this week, JT, from Denise Smart, who said she couldn't be happier to see you chosen for Prosecutor of the Year for your work in the prosecution of Paul Flores in her daughter's murder, and that she's just thrilled that that happened, but she couldn't be here, and I'm just thrilled to know both of you, and you both deserve to be the best of the best. So thank you very much.
So this is a resolution recognizing Assistant District Attorney Eric Dobroth and Assistant Chief Investigator J.T. Camp for being the best of the best in California in their respective roles. Whereas Assistant District Attorney Eric Dobroth was honored by the California District Attorneys Association at the organization's annual conference in Carlsbad as the Prosecutor of the Year. And whereas Assistant Chief Investigator J.T. Camp was honored by the same organization as Investigator of the Year. And whereas Assistant District Attorney Dobroth stepped up to lead the District Attorney's Office when his superior, District Attorney Dan Dow, was called into an 8-month active service deployment with the California Army National Guard. And whereas Assistant Chief Investigator Camp was a key investigator involved in the prosecution of Paul Flores for the murder of former Cal Poly student Kristen Smart 26 years after her disappearance. And whereas these two public servants were selected by their peers representing all 55 counties in California. And whereas they were chosen for their outstanding ability, professional dedication, and personal sacrifice. And whereas the qualities that led to their selection represent the standard of excellence they provide to the people of San Luis Obispo County. Now, therefore, be it resolved in order that the Board of Supervisors of the County of San Luis Obispo, State of California, does take a slow moment to recognize their service to our community. Congratulations.
And gentlemen, you're welcome. Any remarks?
I'll keep it short. JT said you have all the words. I don't. But it's an honor to do this work, and I thank you for giving me the opportunity, Mr. Dow, as well. It's my life's work. I continue to do it for the remainder of my career if you'll have me. Thank you.
JT?
I told him he's the attorney, so he's got all the words for sure. But it's on the video. It's very humbling. It's very gratifying, and it's a huge honor to be such part of such an incredible team. So I'll leave it at that, and I thank the board. Thank you for the recognition and having us here today. Appreciate it.
Thank you. And I'm sure the board members have some words. Supervisor Paulding?
Thank you both for exemplifying public service and for what you've done in the most difficult of circumstances and the good investigative work and the good prosecutorial work. Really appreciate you and your service to the county.
Supervisor Teasley?
Yeah, you continue to make us proud, and I know how much you give to this office and to the county, and so we just say thank you, and we're happy to recognize you, and you look like you enjoy what you do, and that's really, puts it all together so well, so we just really thank you for that.
Supervisor Gibson?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'll add my congratulations. That peer recognition speaks volumes. And while I know you both are committed and enjoy what you do, I also know that it's a very tough job sometimes. And so thank you for doing it. And once again, it's wonderful to see that recognition come your way.
And I want to say congratulations, and we always knew what a wonderful DA's office we had and all of you working so hard, but that's a pretty big deal to be recognized out of the entire state of California when we're, like you say, the middle-sized child, right? We're right in the middle population-wise, and we know that there's a lot of work being done, district attorneys' offices throughout the state of California, and that your peers chose to recognize you here in San Luis Obispo County is a pretty big deal. When I saw this, I thought, wow. But also, and you all know that, to bring this kind of recognition to San Luis Obispo County and the work that's done here by yourselves is a big deal for all of us. So we really appreciate being here this morning so we can highlight all of this, and congratulations.